Hello everyone, my name is Benjamin Thomas. I am a COVID-19 survivor. Over 100 days I went through very rough time, 54 days on the ventilator, over 6 weeks on coma, lost over 50 pounds, lost all the muscles, but at the same time, thank God, none of the organs were affected except the lungs. It was a very rough journey. Still, I'm going home today. COVID-19 I went through is real. I know still people do not want to wear masks and don't want to keep social distancing. It is very important. Take this thing seriously. You don't want to go through what I went through. It is very rough.
Good morning. I am Chaplain Rocky Walker. This is
Benjamin Thomas.
And I'm Dr. Robin Varghese, one of the heart surgeons here at Mount Sinai and director of the cardiovascular critical care for the system.
We're going to tell you about one of the most amazing stories that we have experienced in this entire pandemic, and that's the story of this gentleman right here. And I'm Chaplain Rocky Walker, and I want to start off by having Dr. Varghese just remind and let's relive how you first told me about Mr. Thomas and how he came to this hospital.
Pastor Thomas, in his job as a pastor, contracted COVID-19 back in March and was admitted to a hospital in Long Island and failing to thrive. And after being there intubated and ventilated for over almost 2 weeks, they were losing hope, and his family had reached out to me to ask us if there's anything we can do to help him. We made a plan to bring him to Mount Sinai, and we did that really at the end of March. And we transported him. It was a high-risk venture because he was on maximal oxygen support. And he came over, thankfully safe and sound, to our intensive care unit on 5 East, which is normally a unit that we manage post-operative cardiac surgery patients in. But during the pandemic, all of our heart surgery ICU beds became COVID ICU beds. During the first couple of weeks of April, we were not making much headway, and there was one point in particular, which was the night of April 19th. I was on call that night, and he was in the worst shape, and many of our team members who were rooting for him were also losing hope, as was I. And at that point, I really went into his room really late at night. I was on call, as I said, and I really just told God that there's nothing else I can offer him. He's got to take over because we've given him everything that modern medicine can throw at him. That night, as I was studying his case, we had a few other ideas that came to my mind, and we started implementing those over the course of the next week or so. And at that point, that really was his worst night, and since then he started to make slow, very slow but steady progress. I mean, his lungs were just ravaged by the COVID-19 virus, and he had been in an induced coma for over 6 weeks. By the middle of May, we all started to see hope that he was going to make it, and we're very happy that he continued to progress, and he started to wake up. We're thankful for all the people that were continuing to pray for him, because we know that that was a very important part in his recovery, along with the care by our intensive care team.
When I first came to visit you, and I had been praying for you for a long time, but you didn't know who I was, and you literally wanted me to tell you
My story.
the whole story, going back, everything that you went through. Yes,
I was sleeping.
And as I was telling you, you appreciated it more than I appreciated it, and it just goes to show the power of God. We can't understand or explain what happened to the others, but we do know what happened here, and we're so thankful.
I'm thankful to all of you, and thank God, and thank all the people who prayed, the church and the family.
You may not remember this, but on that first week that you were awake on Sunday morning, I said, we got to get Pastor to church. It's Sunday morning. And so because of social distancing, the churches were not open, but they were having services by Zoom and various video conferencing modalities. And so we logged on to your church that Sunday morning, and we turned it on,
that's
and you were watching it.
And the funny part, July 2nd week, the church is open. That's what I've been told yesterday.
Yep,
And I'll be there.
wonderful.
So the day I closed, I left, they open, I'm back. So I didn't miss anything.
Good luck.
Thank you, Baba.
Take care. Come and visit. Okay?
Thank you, I will. Couple of weeks.
Oh.
Thank you. Okay. I am home. Still need the help of the oxygen to breathe. It take a couple of weeks, that's what they said. But the God of miracles did numerous miracles in my life. I'm very happy to be home, very pleased with the family. I'm waiting for to be with the church family. That also will happen soon, I know.